Welcome to How to Write an Essay number 2, the introduction. In video 1, we saw that every essay for English class or English exams should have 3 different sections. Before we talk about the introduction, let's clarify an important point. In this video, I refer to a more traditional style of essay and also to an exam-style essay. There are some differences between these. A traditional essay might be for your English classes or for other subjects. It usually has a longer time limit, maybe days or weeks, and it's normally a lot longer and more complex. On the other hand, an exam-style essay, as I'm calling it, is an essay specifically for exams like the IELTS, Cambridge, and TOEFL exams. You might be asked to do these for English classes as well. Exam-style essays have a very short time limit, often a maximum of 40 minutes, and they're much shorter and simpler essays. Now that we understand these differences, let's look at the structure of an introduction paragraph. First, we need a background to the essay topic. For traditional essays, we should introduce the topic by giving a general context, or a brief history, or explain the importance of the topic. However, for exam-style essays, we don't need to do this. We can just paraphrase the essay question. I'll explain more on that in a moment. After we give the background, we have another absolutely fundamental element of the introduction, the thesis statement. This is normally one sentence that states the main idea or main argument of the whole essay. It should be the last sentence of the introduction, and I recommend that you do not use a question here, as this is overused and not very effective. Now, many people say that you should begin your essay with a hook. A hook is a sentence that captures the reader's interest, for example, by using a strong statement or an interesting fact about the topic. If you're going to use a hook, again, I recommend you do not use a question, as again, it's an overused device. Now, if you really want to include a hook, that's fine. But I'm going to shock you here. In my opinion, a hook is totally optional. Yes, that's right. In my opinion, a hook is not a fundamental element in an essay, especially an exam-style essay. Why? Well, for a traditional essay, you can just focus on making your background interesting. And for an exam-style essay, you simply do not have time to try to think of an amazing, interesting, fabulous hook to impress your reader. So let's look at some examples of an introduction paragraph with our key elements. Here's an essay topic in the style of an IELTS exam. As you can see, it's an opinion essay topic. Here's an example of an introduction paragraph for a more traditional style of essay. While this is an excellent introduction, this is not what I would recommend for an IELTS exam, for example, because it's too long, and you don't have time to write something like this in an exam. In any case, can you see our key elements here? Pause the video now so you can read the text and try to identify them. Okay, so hopefully you could identify the background sentences here, which give our history, context, or importance, and the thesis statement here. In a longer, more traditional essay, it's a good idea to include your main idea or argument, in this case your opinion, because it's an opinion essay, and also, very briefly, give your main supporting arguments, which you will discuss more in your body paragraphs. You should not include lots of details in the thesis statement. Details and examples are for your body paragraphs. Now let's look at an exam-style introduction for the same essay topic. let's read it together. Many people argue that the negative aspects of being a celebrity outweigh the positive aspects. Now look at the topic and look at what we just wrote in the introduction paragraph. What do you notice? You can pause the video and think about it here. So hopefully you noticed that, though I did add some words to make the sentence better for my introduction, the text in my introduction basically says the same thing as the essay question, but uses different words.
Oh.
That's because, as I said earlier, for an exam-style essay, it's a really good idea to just paraphrase the essay question. To paraphrase something means to say or write the same thing but use different words. This is a good idea because, of course, you have a very short time limit. And you can't take a long time writing a long, complicated background. Examiners who mark your essays in exams like this expect this type of paraphrasing, so you won't lose points for this if you do it well. Okay, so we've done our background by paraphrasing the essay question. Now let's finish our introduction. However, I believe that being famous brings more benefits than downsides. There we go. Now we have our thesis statement. This is a really good, simple, direct thesis statement, which clearly states my opinion. You'll notice that I did not mention any reasons or supporting arguments in my thesis statement here. This is because these essays are so short that I don't consider it necessary to mention any supporting reasons or ideas from your body paragraphs here. So that's it for this video. In the next, we're going to look at some extra tips about the introduction.